see, Kant actually was not understood, and he was actually misunderstood and accused of being very much in the clouds, where he had a penetrating mind which analyzed facts and events and was brought into conclusions which had the seal of the logic of a logical mind, but a logical mind which at the same time is sensitive and perceptive, and he understands what really is happening is an aura which is important. If somebody understands very well how these things are functioning, it is very necessary that we understand as human beings that what we feel about somebody else is very important, and it's affecting the other person. Even if we try to hide what we feel. You have a negative feeling for a person, and the other person starts not feeling well in your company. This is the beginning of the disease. Then what needs this person who has been hurt by the feelings of somebody else? He needs to go out to the cold weather and gets a cold. He feels tired, unwell, and he goes out for a walk, and he comes back with a fever. The organism has reacted in order to get rid of the effect that our bad feelings about the other person, and this is very important for a healer, because a healer cannot think other things but the love and interest to help the person. If he is indifferent, the healer, if he is not liking the patient and critical, the person, many times I have seen that the doctor who takes a case does not allow the patient to talk, to open up, as we say, and to talk out of his heart. And then this person, this healer, will not continue for long searching for the correct remedy. What he will try to do? He will try to find a complex that fits the pathology of the case. He has headaches, chronic headaches. We give 10 remedies that we know that are acting on headaches. put them all together and give them. Why? Because the healer lacks the sensitivity which is absolutely needed to bring about order, because it's a matter of order in the environment. You see, now that's why it's so important that the healer has to have a good, correct, and deep education. Without education, having some seminars, weekly seminars, etc., is not enough. He has to work hard to perceive the knowledge and to understand what happens, and to feel when he was studying the remedy, he felt the aura of the remedy. Platina, sulfur. There is an aura when you read the pathology, the proving, and he has to prepare himself and to prepare deeply and to try to understand deeper and deeper what involves in this transaction between the two persons. You see, for instance, I have always seen cases in front of the whole class. Okay? And sometimes you have seen me struggling very badly to get into the substance, into this aura of the patient. Why is this? Because due to the fact that there are 100 people looking upon the process, the mind cannot be in peace, cannot be calm totally to perceive what the patient is having. And I have the obligation, I feel I have the obligation to draw the information as much as possible in order to justify the indicated remedy, to justify it in the class. So my role is much more difficult than if I had a patient myself only and I would try to find his correct remedy. It is because of these subtle facts that Ken describes so well. These facts are very important for the comprehension of our profession. Our profession is not like a profession like an engineer who deals with material things only, and whether he builds a house or builds a machine or whatever. Our work is a total dedication to helping humanity, to helping people, because you enjoy this, finally. Because the moment that you find the remedy that fits to the case, there is a moment, he gave you enough information, he added one more symptom that confirms your whole way of thinking. And there is a happiness. I said, okay, thank you. I go and I explain now why I give this remedy and not the other. And all this is said in this chapter of Kant. He talks about causative effect. Causative effect means how life is produced. The mechanism, how life is brought out. This is what he says. You have to look to the causative factor. And then, what you can see with your five senses is the effect of the causative factor. That means somebody got sick, and then you take this person to the laboratory examinations, and then you find all the pathology which happens with that person. And all this is the effect. He says, it's not, be careful. Don't put a lot of importance into these effects. Think in order to try to perceive the beginning of the disease, trying to understand how the disease has been produced. Because somebody comes and says, I cannot take a deep breath, and you think of Ignatia, and you give Ignatia, and the person is well. This can happen, but actually, what you would find out if you had investigated that case, that this person has been how can I say, endured many times in his life, and he has not expressed this injury, has not complained about it, etc. And this is different than says that I have the patient says, I have a sign. Oh, you see, all the time, sign. The person may sit there and sign all the time, and then you decide to give an Ignatia, and the Ignatia may help. But this is not always the case, that a keynote will give you the clue to the remedy. You have to be prepared to understand the aura of the disease of the person. And then, as you know, the aura of the proving of the remedy, then you match it, the quality. He says the quality and the action of the remedy. There are two things. That means the proven remedies, but the quality of the aura of the case. This is the teaching which is not appreciated today. He says, oh God, I mean, Kant is talking nonsense. You know, this was the idea, because Kant was fighting with everyone else who are practicing homeopathy. He was in a very bad, he had a very bad character. When I was in India, I had B.K. Bose as a teacher in the college, and he was a direct student of Kant. And I asked him how Kant was. He says he was very irritable, very irritable. If you cannot understand what he was saying, he will be irritated and he will shout. And he said, it doesn't matter if you did not know materia medica, if you did not know theoretical aspects, etc. The main thing that you had to understand it was this: the quality.